Getting some good pictures.
What are we doing? I'm gonna go look for my bell.
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Not our future, not our fate.
Not our fate!
Our future is small today.
Not our future, not our fate!
Not our future, not our fate!
Not our future, not our fate!
Not our fate!
Not our future, not our fate! Trying to take our fate! Not our future, not our fate!
Alright, everyone, we're gathering in this direction. This way.
Gathering over this way. Great, come this way.
Y'all made it. Looking around here, see how many people are here. It's amazing. And this is just the beginning. Alright, so I want to start by saying something that affected me yesterday, and then I'm going to end with like a group exercise. So bear with me. I'm going to start with saying something that affected me yesterday, and then I'm going to end with a group exercise. Alright, so yesterday I was told by a group of people that they felt that they were being tokenized by being asked to participate in this event. And that deeply troubled me. Of course, my intent and the intent of all of the planners of this event were not to tokenize people of color. But that just goes to show how much work there always is to do to improve our organizing and movement building. I hope that we all continue to learn how to be true in solidarity with everyone in our community. Okay, so now the fun part. I'm going to now ask the student and community groups that came here today 2 important questions for looking forward from today. I'm going to move a little closer. Okay, is that any better? Thank you. Okay, so the answers to these 2 questions are meant to show the various forms of intersecting resistance in this town against all of the ideologies that have always been present in this country, but are now so blatantly represented in the new administration. The 2 questions are, how will you resist? And what will you create?
Non-violently and art.
How will you resist? Okay, so I'm going to call on individual groups to ask that question separately. The groups have their answers, and then when they call that out, we're going to use the people's mic to amplify their voices. Y'all ready? Okay. How will you resist? What will you create?
For the next generation.
Yeah, okay. And now in between each group, we also want to say, everybody, we must rise. We must love.
Must rise. We must love.
Right. Coalition of Graduate Employees, how will you resist? And what will you create?
Open minds, free of hate.
We must rise. We must love. Okay. Allied students for another politics, how will you resist? And how will you, and what will you create?
Create another politics. Create another politics.
Alliance for a Socially Just University, how will you resist?
It's pretty dang good.
And what will you create?
More just OSU. We must love.
American Association of University Professors, how will you resist? And what will you create?
Americans who can think like citizens.
Showing up for racial justice, how will you resist?
Education and action.
And what will you create?
Actors accountable to people of color. We must love.
Fellowship of Reconciliation, how will you resist? FOI? All right. Silently. Okay. Women's International for Peace and Freedom, how will you resist? And what will you create? Corvallis Palestine Solidarity, how will you resist? What will you create? Amnesty International, how will you resist?
Sure, that would be great. It's kind of a lot for one hand.
And then how will you create, or what will you create?
Better, stronger lawyers for international prisoners.
We must For ballots moved to amend, how will you resist? And what will you create? We must rise! We must love! Inaugurate project, how will you resist? Inaugurate project, how will you resist? And what will you create? We must rise! We must love! Committees of Correspondence for Democracy and Socialism, how will you resist? And what will you create? We must rise! We must love! Our revolution for Valid allies, how will you resist?
Political revolution.
And what will you create?
Community.
We must rise! We must love! Raging grannies, how will you resist? And what will you create? We must rise! We must love! Industrial workers of the world, how will you resist?
Resist wage slavery.
And what will you create?
One big union.
One big union!
We must rise!
We must love!
OSU Philosophy Club, how will you resist? OSU Philosophy? Yes? Benton County Democrat, how will you resist? Okay. Occupy Reading Group, how will you resist? What will you create? We must rise!
We must love!
Community action for racial equity, how will you resist?
Racial equity!
And what will you create?
Welcoming all
We must
rise! We must love!
Veterans for peace, how will you resist?
Stop war and empire!
And what will you create?
Peace and hope! Peace and pride!
Everyone is welcome to continue down this road on to Oddfellows, where hot cider, food. And if you're someone looking to get plugged into a group in the area, this is a good place to make those connections. It's also a great place to gather for camaraderie and conversations about what should happen next. The work doesn't end today, so let's see what our community is really capable of.